And step two of Ted's Woodworking are the actual plans themselves, the 16,000 plans. Um, I think the main reason to buy Ted's Woodworking obviously is for the plans because there's, the DWG viewer is cool, and the woodworking guide, and how to start a business documents are pretty cool. But of course, the main thing is Ted's Woodworking plans. So I'm just going to go through each one of these that are listed here in step two. The projects guide, the projects, DIY projects, woodworking guide, tips, etc. And yeah, we'll show some of the plans and to give you a good feel for what you get. So the main plans are at least the two largest documents are this first document here, second document. The first document is actually just a PDF. It's this PDF here. TedsWoodworking.com, 1,600 pages of projects. Basically, yeah, this is it. 1,680 pages. Each project might be several pages. So, the first one is this turned and pierced potpourri box, and you can see the instructions are quite detailed. Get a materials list. I believe, obviously Ted hasn't created all 16,000 plans himself, but he's gathered them from across the internet or across, from books and different sources, dealt with the copyright issues, and, gathered them all together, with his user experience, into what would be, what are good plans. So overall, I found them to be quite good and quite detailed. I would say that they do vary from the beginner level to the intermediate and advanced. I mean, I'm beginner, and they're not really arranged in that way. So you sort of have to go through and say, okay, I want to make a heart-shaped cheese board. Is that something I could do, or I could learn over the course of months? So you sort of have to go through and figure it out for yourself. But there are just tons and tons of plans. They're all quite detailed. Just different a vast variety of plans. Let's just skip into the center here. See what we got. So TV riser, shaker style mirror, just tons and tons of stuff. I mean, one thing obviously that'd be great, it would be a table of contents or an index or something. I don't believe they have that in either one of the documents, but you can just type in stool, and let's see if this one has a stool in it. Yep, footstool, pretty nice footstool. At that, quite detailed instructions down to how to air dry the lumber. So again, overall quite detailed. And this is just the first major document anyway. And then the second document is actually, or rather the second zip file is actually contains 4 other files, as you can see here. And 2 of the files are indexes, which actually show you what page the different different projects are on within the other 2 documents. So this is index PDF1. It says the footstools on page 31. So if we go to, okay, I just happened to open up. So that's open it up to that one. I must have been looking at it before. So page 31, that's the footstool. Just press 31 in there, and there you go. So it's these 2 are indexes into these 2 documents, and they just contain dozens more. I think there's some overlap between these two, the projects in here and the projects in the first document, but still just a vast variety of different projects to work on. Let's see. So we'll show. This is one of the. This is part 1 of the second batch of plans. Trestle table, 10-drawer chest. Yeah, definitely a full materials list. As I said, this is probably definitely more advanced, but I think it could be a project that might take a beginner or intermediate person some months to make. But at the end of it, you'd have a pretty cool pretty cool chest of drawers and something to pass on to the grandkids. Or the key rack, might take a month for an amateur to do, but yeah, definitely be a learning experience. So those are the first two main files. And there's the DIY projects. Let's just go to there. And the DIY projects really are just sort of different files that sort of help you with different aspects of woodworking. So this is a woodworking guide to abrasives, sandpaper, just lots of information on that. Size conversion chart. So just conversion to different measurements. I probably just use Google or something else instead, but there you go. Sharpening tools. So yeah, tools to keep your various blades sharp and what have you. So yeah, just sort of general, applying an oil or water. Is that staining or something like that? Yeah, water-based stain. So just lots of different kinds of sort of helpful general DIY tips. Let's see the woodworking guide. Again, it looks like similar things, applying oil or water. That might be actually a duplicate. Yeah, after looking, it actually seems like the DIY projects and woodworking guide have the same documents. So I'll have to email Ted about that because I think there must be some mistake. But I'll move on to woodworking tips, and it's just this file here which I've extracted, and again, just amazing reference of different kinds of techniques with woodworking, countersinking tips, cove sanding block. I'm not sure what that would be. Leg leveler. I'm not quite. Some of these obviously I don't understand, but just looks like a vast resource of different types of woodworking tips and techniques. That was a wood glue guide. So lots of great stuff there as well. Let's see, and then next is the How to Start a Woodworking Business. And let's see, where did I put that? Oh, it's right there. So yep, turning your passion into profits, How to Start a Woodworking Business, brought to you by Ted's Woodworking. Yeah, I read through it quickly. I don't think I'll start a woodworking business anytime soon, but it seems like a pretty comprehensive overview of how to start a woodworking business. Figure out what you want to specialize in, look for a good supplier of woodworking wood and equipment. Obviously find space where you can work. Just general sort of business tips. I think to actually really do it, you need to get that course that he has, or that he's affiliated with at the end here, which is Jim Morgan's Wood Profits, because that sounds like a whole entire course just on creating a woodworking business. But I think this is definitely a good place to start. What do you really need to start the business? Business license, woodworking shops, the various tools. It definitely seems like a good primer to get started. Evaluating competitors. Has a list of franchises for sale. It looks like, woodworking franchises to kickstart you. So, pretty interesting, decent resource. Next file are the bonuses, and the bonuses are just again a whole huge list of different general DIY sort of techniques and tips in all aspects of home repair and home improvement. So just great resources. Let's see what this one is. Shower doors. Yeah, complete how-to guide on switching shower doors and maintaining your shower door, I guess. Paint problems, organic vegetable garden. What is that? How-to guide with an organic vegetable garden. So lots of different tips.